we're going to be doing today is a short tutorial on applying Alclad gloss black base primer to some exhausts for a MiG-23 and 48 scale by Trumpeter. First thing is a note on safety and health. I always paint using gloves like these. You can buy boxes of them for about a tenner. Also, is of vital importance when spraying not only Alclad but when spraying any type of paint is a respirator mask. You need a particle respirator mask because the act of airbrushing is simply the atomization of paint, and as that atomization occurs, the particles get into the air, and breathing in those particles, as you can well imagine, is none too healthy for you, as there's any number of carcinogenics in any type of paint, whether it be acrylic, enamel, or ventilation is also important, vital I would say. And being that I don't have a ventilator or an extractor fan, I just spray out the window. This, combined with using my particle mask, should offer me more than sufficient protection. A good airbrush is another important factor in any airbrushing. I prefer, and I've always stood by Iwata as a brand. The quality is second to none, and while this one is a little bit dirty at the moment, it still performs superbly. It's the custom Micron C. Although it's not ideal for priming models, it's more designed as an artistic airbrush, and you can get some seriously fine lines and do some intricate paintwork with it. What I've done is, like popsicles, stuck them on the end of sticks, and I haven't cut them away from the casting block yet because this will just that makes handling them that much easier. As with all Alclad paints, the gloss black base is ready to spray straight from the bottle. So, a little bit in there. And I spray. Doesn't matter what I'm spraying. I always follow the same pattern, and that's to start off the model and finish off the model with each brush stroke. This prevents any pooling when you go back and make a turn over the surface that you're painting. And you don't want to try and build up all the coats at once, because all this will do is lead to pooling on the surface of the paint. Simply work in deliberate, even strokes and slowly build up the color. I never used to like to work with gloss paints because they take longer to dry, and this allows the particles, dust, any other type of particles in the air to settle onto the model or onto the surface while it's still drying, and you end up with these tiny specks of particles in your paint finish that are a pain in the backside to polish out. So what I used to do was use a matte black, the matte black primer and microfiller. And I'd use that, it would dry very quickly, and then I'd use the gloss coat over top of that, an acrylic gloss coat, which also dries very quickly. And it doesn't give time for particles to settle onto the model. So as you can see here, I've just slowly built up the color without any drips. And I have a nice solid black base with which to work. I spray it at a little higher pressure than what's recommended on the bottle or for any Alclad paint, and that's simply because of a habit that a friend once told me, that the higher you pressure you spray the paint at, the glossier it'll go onto the surface. And so I've adapted that to my methodology when spraying gloss. And I will, and have been known, to spray Future or gloss acrylic varnish at 45 psi, which is quite high. But you need to move quickly when you're painting at that pressure, otherwise it'll pool and spread across the model. So finished priming the parts. It's simply a matter of a little blast of Premier Liquid Reamer, available from the airbrush company in the UK. Put the airbrush cleaner in the cup. Simply use a cotton bud. Stir it up a little bit. And since I've been brushing away all the particles from the sides, some of that may have dried a bit. So I usually just dump that out. I don't want that going back into the airbrush. Let it blast. Spray it through. So there you have it. Parts primed and ready to go. Have metallic colors added to them. So the rumors or persistent belief that the Alclad gloss primer takes forever to dry. It's been about 10-15 minutes and it's touch dry. As you can see, I can hold it and move it around. So the drying time is more than sufficient for anybody. As you can see, I can touch it, hold it, can be handled, and it's only been about 20-25 minutes. And I would also recommend leaving it overnight before you do anything like polish it or move on, although you can move on right now. You could add the lacquers to it, but I always leave stuff for the night to dry. Short, simple tutorial on adding gloss black primer base to parts ready for metallic lacquers. The next installment will be painting the exhaust themselves using all the different shades of Alclad metallic lacquers. Thanks for watching.